Today I fucked up by learning Swedish from PewDiePie. Today I fucked up by learning Swedish from PewDiePie. This was a number of years ago, but I figured it was a somewhat funny memory I'd like to share. This is also something I would have liked to tell Pewds himself in person, but I doubt that would ever happen, so here it is. It's the summer of 2017 in Australia. I had been told from my older sister that a cousin of ours, late 20s F, is visiting from Sweden, implying that I'm part Swedish. After finding out the news, I thought, hell, I'll go pop in and say good day. After a short drive to my sister's place of residence, I arrived and made the customary hellos and whatnot. As the evening progresses, we all get to chatting, eating and eventually drinking. Now I'm not a linguist and can only speak dinky-die Australian, so I decided to impress her and honor the old gods of past. I'm going to drop some bomb Swedish one-liners, I thought. I recall watching a video from PewDiePie in his earlier days where he taught some Swedish words and phrases. So I snuck away, went into my nephew's vacant room and searched up said videos and decided to watch. I would retain a word or two, pop out and throw out slick, flawless Swedish. My cousin was impressed. When did you learn that? That's pretty good, she said in her thick accent. After a few more times of slipping away, learning a few more words and getting my ego thoroughly inflated with the assistance of booze, I started getting cocky. I moved to the first phase. After studying the line and saying it out loud a few times, I felt confident in my newly found ability not to speak English. I walk back out and sit down beside her. There's another few more words I know. With such unwavering confidence I said flawlessly, "Vill du hangla?" Now in the video I had watched, Pewds had said that "Vill du hangla" meant "do you want to dance?" So now you know why I happily said it. Her head tilts slightly and face scrunches into an uncomfortable reaction. You know what that means, right? Yeah. Do you want to dance, right? And then she tells me what it really meant. No, you just asked me if you want to make out. So bravo Mr. PewDiePie, your grand scheme worked. I asked my damn cousin to have a kissing war with me. You cruel, brilliant man. I've never felt that level of embarrassment in my life. Luckily we laughed about it and it has never been talked about since. But then again, I haven't seen her since. Too long didn't read. I asked my Swedish cousin in her native tongue if she wanted to get it acquainted with mine. Cross post to r/PewDiePie. You might get on the way. Hey Monica intensifies. Sweet Home Alabama. Upvoting solely for the too long didn't read. I can understand that your cousin got confused because to her a Sweet Home Alabama moment flashed by when she heard what you said. Today I fucked up by accidentally asking my female boss for nudes. This happened around 2 years ago. I, 23M, was working with quality related things at my workplace at the time and therefore had very close communication with my boss, 25F, over Messenger. I usually sent her pictures of things that I found was a problem with the product and she talked with the people in production or suppliers so they were aware of the problems. At the time and still to this day, me and my girlfriend usually send memes or things we find funny to each other, and it's not unusual that it's of the dirty nature. So this is where the fuck up begins. I was sitting at lunch browsing Reddit for a bit and found a meme with a picture that said something like "tilt your phone and look," and when you did that you saw that it said "send nudes." Of course I thought that it was a bit funny and decided to send it to my GF. I go into my GF's conversation on Messenger and send the picture. Nothing happened. What? Oh well, I'll just send it again. I do this like 4 times. I can't figure out why the picture never appears in our conversation. I restart the app and when I start it up you see all the conversations you have with people and the latest you wrote in is at the top. It's my boss's conversation. You sent a picture, my heart starts racing and I start to panic. Surely it can't have bugged up that much, so I sent "send nudes" to my boss 4 times. It did. I jump up from my chair and left my food that I barely had touched. It's not important anymore. I run to her office, she's not there. The hunt for my boss continues. I run through the building looking with fear in my eyes, a cold sweat on my brow, a heart that feels like it's about to eject out of my chest, and co-workers shouting after me wondering what's happening or if something is wrong. Finally, after a few minutes of running, I say, "My boss." I feel hope for a split second again before I see what she was doing. She was looking at her tilted phone with a confused look on her face. I ran towards her in what felt like slow motion, wondering if I was going to get fired and publicly shamed in front of my co-workers. I reach her and she doesn't say a word, looking at me with confusion and a sprinkle of being very uncomfortable. "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to send that to you." And that's the only thing I remember saying before more or less blacking out from the social stress. I remember it was the most awkward conversation in my life, but not much more. She said it was fine and joked about something, and we continued our work days. We have never spoken about it again, and we still have a good workplace relationship. I don't know if this is a worth read, but when I told my GF about all this, she laughed her ass off and told me I should post it. I apologize if the post is kinda weird. I'm a lurker and it's my first real post. Too long didn't read. I thought I was going to ask my GF for nudes with a meme, but accidentally sent it to my boss and thought I was going to lose my job. You should give us an update, let us know if you get that raise. Oh, he got a raise alright, but did she give it to him? Next time wait for the response and then react. Didn't think it was worth risking my job for it, haha. Too long didn't read. She really sent nudes, just doesn't want anyone to find out she is an exhibitionist. I have to keep something in my homework folder, don't I? Food that I barely had touched. Needed a pause from eating. Huh? Haha, sorry for my bad spelling. English is my second language, and on top of that I'm a terrible speller. Today I fucked up by kissing a sea lion. This happened a while back. I was at an aquarium which had been advertising some sort of free sea lion experience with admission, where you got to swim with sea lions and get kisses from one. Well, when I got to the sea lion pool, I was told that they weren't doing it that day. I asked why, and got what I thought was a stupid explanation. They said the guy who usually cleans their teeth was on vacation for the past few days, and that also they only let people do it before the sea lions eat, never after. And that they'd just eaten an hour ago. I tell them that doesn't make any sense. Surely they'd be more likely to bite or something if they hadn't eaten yet. The aquarium lady said, "Oh, they never bite. It's not that it's unsafe, it's that it really wouldn't be pleasant, trust me." Well, I decide to be a Karen and complain, telling them that if it's not going to be unsafe, then I should be allowed to do it. She ends up radioing her manager, who says, "Wow, I mean, if he insists, let him do it." She tries to warn me again about their bad breath, but I say that's ridiculous. I've gotten bad breath kisses before. So they let me in to get sea lion kisses. Needless to say, when this cute bastard puts his mouth up to mine, I'm hit with the most abominable stench I've ever smelled in my life, and spend the next 30 seconds with my shirt over my nose, gagging, and still experiencing the sour, humid smell. Good God, sea lions. WTF is wrong with your mouths? I've smelled bad breath before, but this was like a dumpster full of roadkill and rotten fish and sewage baking in the sun. Meanwhile, the aquarium lady is laughing at me, and I have to try to kiss it again to maintain my ego and show her that I'm not regretting my decisions. But I only end up gagging again. Too long didn't read. Kissed a sea lion, ignored a worker's wishes, experienced the worst smell on planet Earth. Why would you proudly admit you were being a Karen? That's repulsive. Kind of what you get for being a Karen. This is going to show up in r/malicious compliance from the other perspective. Upvoted. But in jest, I want to see the sea lion trying to type a story. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. I know you meant the employee, but from the perspective of the sea lion was what my brain went to first. You totally deserved this for being a douchebag that didn't listen to the experts. Also, part of the reason they smell so bad are the unique microflora they possess. Their bites are incredibly infectious, often cause an infection that would thicken a joint and make it unusable. Look up seal finger. They used to just amputate back in the day, no questions asked.